What happened next shattered every assumption the Voidclaw Empire held about warfare. The human ships did not fire visible weapons. There were no energy beams, no missiles, no obvious attacks. Instead, space around selected alien vessels began to change, in ways that violated fundamental laws of physics. Commander Zarathix watched in horror as the battleship Deathbringer simply ceased to exist. One moment, the massive vessel was there, with its crew of 2,000. The next moment, empty space occupied. The same coordinates. No explosion, no debris, no trace that the ship had ever been built. Impossible. She screamed at her tactical displays. How are they doing this? What weapons are these? Her science officer Veltharax studied the sensor readings with growing terror. Commander, the enemy vessels appear to be manipulating quantum probability fields. They are not destroying our ships. They are erasing them from reality itself. The human fleet moved with predatory grace, each vessel selecting targets. With mechanical precision, Admiral Stone watched from the command center as alien ships disappeared one by one. Each erasure was clean and absolute, leaving no evidence of what had been destroyed. Captain Murphy coordinated the attack from her position, near the enemy flagship. The quantum disruptors were performing exactly as designed. Reality manipulation technology that could delete matter from existence at the subatomic level. Target the enemy command structure first, she ordered to her tactical officer. Let their leaders witness what happens to those who threaten Earth. The alien fleet tried desperately to fight back, but their weapons remained completely ineffective against human shielding technology. Every shot, every missile, every desperate attack simply vanished upon contact with the advanced hulls. More Voidclaw ships disappeared as the human vessels demonstrated technology that seemed like magic. The quantum erasure weapons worked silently, efficiently, removing threats without leaving any trace behind. Commander Zarathix found herself commanding only 20 ships from an original force of 53. Her tactical displays showed readings that made no sense. The human vessels existed in multiple dimensions, simultaneously phasing in and out of normal spaceful retreat. She ordered, her voice cracking with panic. Signal the home fleet priority Alpha alert. Tell them Earth is not what it appears to be. But escape was impossible. The human fleet had anticipated any attempt to flee, forming a perfect sphere around the remaining alien vessels. No route existed that did not lead through advanced ships equipped with reality manipulation. Weapons Admiral Stone opened a communication channel that reached every surviving alien vessel. Her voice carried the cold authority of someone who held absolute power over life and death. Unknown aliens, you attacked our homeworld without provocation, she announced. You demonstrated hostile intent toward our species and threatened billions of innocent people. This aggression will not be tolerated. We surrender. Commander Zarathix transmitted desperately, her earlier arrogance completely gone. We will withdraw immediately and never return to this system. I give you my word as a commander. Of the Empire. Stone smiled without warmth. Withdrawal is no longer an option. You have seen our capabilities. You know what we are capable of preventing. This knowledge cannot be allowed to spread throughout the galaxy. The remaining alien ships began disappearing one by one as the quantum disruptors continued their silent work. Each vessel that vanished took with it any evidence of what the human fleet could accomplish on Earth. The surface population watched the skies in confusion. The alien ships that had threatened them were simply disappearing without any visible battle. President Walsh appeared on television looking as bewildered as everyone else. My fellow citizens, she announced. It appears the alien threat is somehow being neutralized. We are not sure how this is happening, but the enemy fleet is rapidly diminishing in size. The masquerade continued, even during humanity's greatest triumph. The secret fleet remained invisible to surface dwellers who believed they were witnessing some kind of miraculous intervention. Captain Murphy received new orders from Admiral Stone as the battle neared its conclusion. Leave one alien ship intact, she was told. We need to send a message to whoever sent them. Commander Zarathix found herself alone in space, her command vessel surrounded by human ships that defied every law of physics she understood. The rest of her mighty fleet had been erased from existence without leaving so much as a molecule behind. The human Admiral Stone appeared. On her communication screen, a middle-aged woman with steel-gray eyes and an expression that promised death to anyone who threatened her species. "Commander Zarathik," she said, "you will return to your people with a message. Earth is under the protection of powers beyond your understanding. Any future aggression against this world will result in the complete annihilation of your species, but our leaders will demand proof." Zarathik stammered. "They will want to know what happened to our fleetstone," smiled coldly. "Tell them your ships encountered a quantum anomaly. That is all the explanation they need. Your fleet is listed as lost in space with no survivors except yourself. The quantum disruptors locked onto the alien command ship, but instead of erasing it, they began selective modifications. The ship's weapons were removed, its engines crippled, its communication systems stripped down to basic functionality. You have enough power to reach the nearest Imperial outpost." Stone informed the Yao. "Defeated Commander, use it wisely. This is the only mercy you will receive." Captain Murphy watched as the crippled alien vessel limped away from Earth, its hull scorched and damaged to hide the precision of human modifications. To any observers, it would appear the ship had barely survived some terrible disaster. The remaining human fleet began to fade back into quantum stealth, one vessel at a time. Within minutes, empty space surrounded Earth as if no battle had ever taken place. The only evidence was the crater in the Pacific Ocean. From the alien demonstration, Admiral Stone addressed her captains as they prepared to return to their hidden bases. "Operation Revelation has been successful," she announced. "The alien threat has been neutralized. Earth's secret remains protected." President Walsh received the classified briefing in her secure bunker. The shadow government had triumphed, but the masquerade would continue. Surface humanity would never know about the advanced fleet that protected them. The cover story was already prepared. A freak solar storm had disrupted the alien ships, causing them to malfunction and disappear. Scientists would confirm unusual electromagnetic activity during the incident. Captain Murphy guided her vessel back toward its underwater base, knowing that within hours all evidence of the battle would be classified beyond any security clearance. The surface world would return to normal, believing they had somehow been saved by impossible luck in the depths of space. Commander Zarathik struggled to comprehend what had happened to her fleet. The humans had demonstrated technology that seemed godlike in its power. They had erased 50 ships from existence without leaving any trace behind her journey. Back to Imperial space would take months, giving her time to craft a story that her superiors might believe. The official report would describe a quantum anomaly that destroyed the fleet. Only she would know the truth about Earth's hidden guardians. The first phase of contact was complete, but Admiral Stone knew this was only the beginning. The alien deadline approached as panic gripped the surface world. News channels showed massive riots in major cities, while military forces scrambled uselessly against an enemy they could not reach. Commander Zarathik watched the chaos with satisfaction, believing the humans were exactly as helpless as they appeared. Her sensors detected no significant military response from Earth. The primitive aircraft that approached her fleet posed no threat whatsoever. Their missiles would never penetrate Voidclaw shields. Their energy weapons were like flashlights against armor plating. "Begin the demonstration," she ordered. "Select the largest human city and fire a warning shot into the ocean nearby. Let them witness the power of the Empire, the massive weapons of the lead battleship, Deathbringer, charged with crackling energy." The quantum cannon erupted in a blinding flash that split space itself. When the beam struck the Pacific Ocean, it vaporized a section of water 20 miles wide. The explosion was visible from orbit, creating a mushroom cloud that dwarfed any nuclear weapon. On Earth, the seismic shockwave registered on every monitoring station. President Walsh felt the building shake even in her underground bunker. The demonstration had worked, exactly as intended, showing humanity its complete helplessness against alien technology. Admiral Stone watched the explosion through satellite feeds while her hidden fleet continued to position itself. The alien show of force was impressive, but she had seen far more devastating weapons during the secret wars that the surface world never knew about. Captain Diana Murphy observed the ocean strike from her cloaked vessel. The quantum sensors revealed every detail of the alien weapon system. Standard particle acceleration technology, she noted to her crew. Effective against planetary targets but vulnerable to phase disruption. Her tactical officer, Lieutenant Amy Carter, studied the enemy fleet through their advanced scanning systems. The alien ships used conventional shielding and armor plating technologies that the secret human fleet had surpassed. Decades ago, Captain, the alien vessels appeared to be using Mark VII energy matrices. Carter reported their defensive systems follow standard Galactic Federation patterns. Murphy smiled. The Galactic Federation was a loose alliance of species that shared basic technologies. The Void Claw Empire clearly belonged to this group, which meant their capabilities were predictable. Signal. Admiral Stone, she ordered. Tell her we have identified all alien weapon systems and defensive measures. Nothing they possess can threaten our vessels. Across the hidden human fleet, similar reports arrived at command headquarters. The alien technology, while impressive to surface dwellers, was generations behind what humanity's shadow government had developed. Admiral Stone felt a grim satisfaction as the tactical picture became clear. The masquerade had worked perfectly. The aliens saw only what they expected to see: a primitive world with no significant defenses. Commander Zarathix received confirmation that her demonstration had achieved the desired effect. Panic was spreading across the human world as their leaders realized the hopelessness of resistance. So the human governments are requesting terms of surrender. Tactical Officer Krexnull reported, "Their military forces have ceased all hostile actions." "Perfect," she replied. "Open a communication channel. I want to address their leaders directly." The alien transmission reached every government facility on Earth, carrying the image of Commander Zarathix in all her fearsome glory. Her reptilian features and glowing eyes struck terror into anyone who saw them. "Leaders of Earth, your pathetic display of resistance is over," she declared. "You have witnessed but a fraction of our power. Surrender now and your species will serve the Empire as slaves. Resist further, and we will reduce your world to ash." President Walsh appeared on screens, worldwide, her face pale with apparent terror. "We have no choice but to comply," she announced. "The alien fleet is too powerful. Our weapons are useless against them." The surrender speech was broadcast globally, causing even greater panic among the population. What they did not know was that every word had been carefully scripted by the shadow government. The masquerade required that surface humanity appear completely defeated in space. Commander Zarathix smiled as she watched the humans surrender. Her conquest had been easier than anticipated. The primitive world would provide excellent slaves for the Empire's mining operations. "Deploy landing forces," she ordered. "Take control of their major cities. Begin processing the population for transport to the work camps." Massive alien transports began descending through Earth's atmosphere, filled with armored warriors ready to occupy the planet. The sight of the huge ships filled the sky like dark storm clouds, bringing despair to billions. But in the hidden command centers, something else was happening. Admiral Stone opened secure channels to every cloaked vessel in the human fleet. The moment they had prepared for during 40 years had finally arrived. "All units, this is Admiral Stone," she announced. "The masquerade phase is complete. Enemy forces are committed to planetary assault. Begin Operation Revelation." Captain Murphy felt her pulse quicken as the order came through. Her crew had trained for this moment their entire careers. The secret fleet that officially did not exist was about to reveal itself to the galaxy. Quantum stealth systems disengaged across the human formation. One by one, the advanced vessels shimmered into visibility, surrounding the alien fleet in perfect formation. Each ship was a work of art that combined human creativity with technologies beyond current galactic understanding. Commander Zarathix stared at her tactical display in complete shock. Where moments before there had been empty space now showed over 200 human vessels. Her sensors registered energy signatures that should have been impossible. "Impossible," she whispered. "How did they hide such a fleet? Our scans detected no industrial capacity for such construction." The human ships moved with fluid grace that defied physics. Their hulls seemed to absorb light, creating the impression of holes in space itself. No visible weapons could be seen yet. Every alien sensor screamed warnings about massive energy buildups. Captain Murphy opened a communication channel that reached every vessel in both fleets. Her voice carried across space with calm authority that sent chills through alien listeners. "Attention, Voidclaw Fleet. she said. "This is Captain Murphy of the Terran Defense Force. You have exactly 30 seconds to withdraw from Earth space or face the consequences." The transmission caused uproar on the alien command ship. Commander Zara Thix could not believe what she was hearing. These primitives were threatening her. She commanded the most powerful fleet in this sector of space. "Destroy them all," she screamed. "Fire everything we have." The Voidclaw fleet unleashed every weapon at their disposal: particle beams, plasma cannons, quantum torpedoes, and fusion missiles. Lit up space in a display of firepower that could sterilize planets. The barrage struck the human fleet with devastating force that should have vaporized any known ships. Nothing happened. Every beam, every missile, every burst of destructive energy simply vanished upon contact with the human vessels as if absorbed by hungry darkness. The Terra Nova and her escort ships emerged from the attack completely unharmed, their hulls not even scratched. Admiral Stone smiled as damage reports came in. "From all vessels, casualty 0, she announced to her fleet. "All ships report full combat readiness." The alien fleet hung motionless in space, their commanders struggling to understand what they had just witnessed. The humans had absorbed an attack that could destroy continents without taking any damage whatsoever. "Now it's our turn," Stone said quietly. The morning sky above New York looked normal until the shadows appeared. Commander Zara Thix of the Voidclaw Empire watched Earth through her ship's viewing portal. The blue planet spun peacefully below, completely unaware of the massive fleet surrounding. Her tactical officer Krexnall approached with scan results clutched in his clawed hands. "Commander, the humans are even more primitive than our intelligence suggested. They still burn fossil fuels for energy. Their weapons are basic chemical explosives and simple nuclear devices." Zara Thix clicked her mandibles in satisfaction. The Galactic Database had classified humans as a Tier 9 species, barely above Stone Age savages. Yet their world was rich with resources that the Empire desperately needed. "Freshwater, rare minerals, and billions of potential slaves. Deploy the intimidation protocol," she ordered. "Target their communication satellites first. Let them know we are here, high above Earth." Massive alien vessels decloaked from their stealth systems. The ships were enormous black triangles that blotted out sections of the sky. Each one measured over 3 miles in length, covered in weapon emplacements that glowed with ominous energy. On Earth, every radar station screamed warnings. President Jennifer Walsh stood in the White House Situation Room staring at screens filled with impossible readings. Defense Secretary Nicole Adams pointed to the tactical display. "Madam President, we count at least 50 alien ships in low orbit. Their energy signatures are off the charts. Our best estimates suggest each vessel could level entire cities with a single shot. How long do we have?" Walsh asked. "Maybe hours, maybe minutes." Adams replied, "We have scrambled all available aircraft, but honestly, our weapons might bounce off their hulls like pebbles." The first alien transmission reached Earth in perfect English, spoken with cold, mechanical precision. "People of Earth, you are now subjects of the Voidclaw Empire. Surrender immediately or face total annihilation. You have one rotation of your planet to comply." Panic spread across the globe as the message repeated on every frequency. Stock markets crashed, governments went into emergency sessions, religious leaders declared the end times had arrived. But in a classified bunker beneath the Colorado mountains, something else was happening. Admiral Lisa Stone stood before a massive holographic display showing the alien fleet. Her weathered face remained calm as her staff provided updates. The secret facility around her hummed with activity that officially did not exist. "Admiral, we have confirmation of 53 hostile vessels," Communications Officer Rachel Green reported. "All major population centers are in range of their weapons." Admiral Stone nodded, slowly. After 40 years of preparation, the day they had all feared and anticipated had finally arrived. The shadow government's greatest secret was about to be revealed. Initiate protocol. 7, she ordered, contact all sleeper cells worldwide. Tell them the masquerade is over deep beneath the Pacific Ocean. Something ancient began to stir mechanical systems that had slumbered for decades. Suddenly came online. Massive blast doors opened in underwater trenches revealing hidden construction bays that stretched for miles. Similar facilities activated around the world. beneath the Arctic ice, in underground caverns below the Sahara Desert, in deep ocean trenches, humanity's true fleet began to emerge. Captain Diana Murphy felt the familiar hum of her ship's quantum drive as the vessel rose from its hiding place. The sleek craft had no visible weapons, no obvious propulsion systems. Its hull absorbed light like a hungry void, making it nearly invisible against the darkness of space. Her crew of 20 worked with practiced efficiency as they joined the growing formation of human vessels. Each ship represented decades of secret research, alien technology recovered from crashes that governments had hidden from their own people. Commander Zarathix watched her sensors with growing confusion. New contacts were appearing around Earth, but her scanners could barely detect them. The signatures were faint, almost ghostly, as if the ships existed partially outside normal space. Tactical Officer Krexnoll studied his displays with growing alarm. Commander, I am detecting anomalous readings from the planet's surface. Multiple energy sources are activating, but they do not match anything in our database. Elaborate, she ordered. The readings suggest highly advanced technology, possibly more advanced than our own. But that is impossible. Our intelligence clearly states these humans are primitive. Above Earth, the secret human fleet continued to grow. Vessels emerged from hidden bases in asteroid belts, from camouflaged stations behind the moon, from cloaked shipyards orbiting in the shadow of gas giants. Each ship was a masterpiece of technology that combined human ingenuity with alien science recovered over decades of secret contact. The quantum stealth systems made them nearly undetectable. The reality manipulation weapons could erase matter from existence. Admiral Stone opened a secure channel to all human vessels. Remember, people, the surface population still believes we are helpless. They must continue believing that the truth about our capabilities stays classified until further notice. Captain Murphy acknowledged the order as her ship took position. The masquerade had been perfect for so long. Surface humanity believed they were alone in the universe, while their secret guardians prepared for this exact moment. Commander Zarathix felt the first stirrings of unease as her fleet detected more mysterious contacts. The human ships seemed to phase in and out of normal space, defying every law of physics she understood. Signal the humans again, she ordered. Tell them they have 1 hour to surrender, or we begin orbital bombardment. The second alien transmission reached Earth with increased urgency. Your time grows short. Submit to the Voidclaw Empire or watch your cities burn. We have the power to crack your planet like an egg, President. Walsh looked to her advisors, knowing that publicly they had no choice. Surface humanity possessed no weapons capable of threatening the alien fleet. The masquerade demanded that she appear helpless even as secret forces prepared to strike. Madam President, Admiral Stone's voice crackled through the secure communication line. We are in position. The alien fleet has no idea what they are facing. How many ships do we have? Walsh asked. More than enough, Stone replied. After 40 years of preparation, we are ready. The galaxy is about to learn that humanity is not what it seems, in space. Captain Murphy watched the alien fleet through her quantum sensors. The massive triangular vessels looked intimidating, but she knew they were built using outdated technology. The Voidclaw Empire still relied on conventional physics, while humanity had moved far beyond such limitations. The trap was set. Earth appeared defenseless while the most advanced fleet in the galaxy prepared to strike. The aliens had made the fatal mistake of underestimating their prey. The Voidclaw diplomatic vessel approached Earth, broadcasting peaceful intentions on all frequencies. Commander Zarathix stood on the bridge of her new ship, the Harmony Bearer, watching the blue world grow larger. She carried orders from the highest levels of the Empire to establish formal relations with humanity. Admiral Stone tracked the incoming vessel from her command center. The aliens were being truthful about their peaceful intent, but she knew the real challenge was maintaining Earth's masquerade while conducting diplomacy. President Walsh prepared for the most important meeting in human history. The surface government would need to appear primitive and helpless while secretly coordinating with their advanced protectors. The delicate balance could collapse with a single mistake. Captain Murphy positioned her cloaked ship near the diplomatic encounter zone. Her quantum sensors would monitor everything, ensuring that Earth's secrets remained protected. The Harmony Bearer showed no signs of detecting the hidden human vessel. Commander Zarathix sent her formal greeting to Earth's surface governments. "I am Commander Zarathix, representing the Voidclaw Empire," she announced. "We come seeking peaceful dialogue and mutual understanding." After the unfortunate incident involving our previous fleet, the surface world reacted with mixed emotions. Fear dominated as people remembered the terrifying invasion, but hope emerged as the aliens spoke of peace. President Walsh agreed to meet with the alien delegation at a neutral location. In the classified bunkers beneath the meeting site, Admiral Stone coordinated the Shadow Government's response. Every word spoken would be carefully monitored to prevent accidental revelation of Earth's true capabilities. The diplomatic meeting took place in a specially constructed facility that allowed for both species to communicate safely. President Walsh faced Commander Zarathix across a table designed to accommodate different biologies. "Are grateful that your people survived the terrible anomaly that destroyed your fleet," Walsh said following the agreed script. "Our scientists are still studying the quantum disturbance that occurred in our system." Zarathix studied the human leader, carefully looking for any sign of deception. The official story about a natural disaster remained unconvincing, but she had no proof of human involvement. "Our scientists would like to collaborate with yours in studying this phenomenon," she replied. "Perhaps together we can understand what caused such devastation." This was exactly what Admiral Stone had feared. The aliens wanted to investigate the supposed anomaly, which could expose the truth about the quantum weapons. Stone sent immediate instructions to the surface team. President Walsh smiled diplomatically. "I am afraid our technology is quite limited compared to yours. We barely understand the basics of quantum physics. Our contribution to such research would be minimal." The negotiations continued for hours, with both sides carefully probing for information. Commander Zarathix gradually realized that the humans were far more sophisticated than they appeared. Their questions showed deep understanding of advanced concepts. Meanwhile, Captain Murphy detected disturbing new contacts approaching the solar system. Her long-range sensors identified multiple ships from different civilizations, all converging on Earth. The mysterious incident had attracted attention from across the galaxy. Admiral Stone received Murphy's report with growing alarm. Representatives from a dozen different species were approaching Earth, drawn by reports of the Voidclaw fleet's disappearance. The masquerade was about to face its greatest test. She opened emergency channels to every hidden facility on Earth and beyond. "All units prepare for multiple first contact scenarios. The galaxy has come calling and we must be ready." The first of the new arrivals was a Stellar Federation cruiser carrying scientific observers. Their mission was to study the quantum anomaly and determine its potential threat to galactic stability. President Walsh found herself scheduling meetings with an ever-growing number of alien delegations. Each species brought their own agenda and their own questions about what had happened to the Voidclaw fleet. The Quantum Collective sent robotic probes that began scanning the supposed anomaly site, with instruments far more advanced than anything the Voidclaw Empire possessed. Admiral Stone watched nervously as the mechanical scouts approached the coordinates. Captain Murphy shadowed the robotic probes using her ship's stealth systems to monitor their activities. The Collective's technology was impressive, but still within the range of human capabilities to counter if necessary. Commander Zarathix realized that her diplomatic mission had become far more complex. The arrival of multiple civilizations turned Earth into a focal point for galactic attention. The primitive world was suddenly at the center of interstellar politics. The Void Speakers made their presence known through reality distortions that even human sensors could barely detect. Their message arrived in dreams and whispers, suggesting that they were interested in the quantum weapon technology. Admiral Stone felt true fear for the first time in decades. The ancient civilization's involvement changed everything. Earth's secret guardians might be powerful, but the Void Speakers existed partially outside normal reality. President Walsh addressed the United Nations about the unprecedented situation. "The world must prepare for a new era of interstellar diplomacy," she announced. "We are no longer alone in the universe." The surface population struggled to comprehend. The rapid changes multiple alien species were now established in Earth orbit, conducting research and diplomatic exchanges. The planet had become a hub of galactic activity. Dr. Sarah Martinez worked frantically to analyze alien technologies from the visiting delegations. Her research revealed that human science had indeed surpassed most galactic civilizations. But gaps remained in certain areas. Admiral Stone made the most difficult decision of her career. The masquerade could not be maintained indefinitely with so many advanced civilizations studying Earth. The truth would have to be revealed gradually and carefully. She authorized limited disclosure of human capabilities starting with basic space technology. The surface world would be told that secret government programs had developed more advanced systems than publicly known. Captain Murphy received orders to begin showing selected human vessels to the alien observers. The quantum stealth technology would be revealed as experimental, rather than fully operational, hiding the true extent of Earth's fleet. The revelation process began slowly with President Walsh announcing the existence of classified space programs developed over decades of secret research. The public reacted with amazement and some anger at being kept in the dark. Commander Zarathix watched the human revelations with growing understanding. The supposed primitives had been conducting an elaborate deception, hiding their true capabilities behind a facade of helplessness. The final moment of truth came when Admiral Stone's flagship decloaked directly above the United Nations building in New York. Her vessel hung in the sky like a dark angel, announcing humanity's entry into the galactic community. Age of masquerade was over. Earth stood revealed as a technological power capable of defending itself against any threat. The galaxy would never again underestimate the children of the Blue World. From her command center, Admiral Stone addressed both the surface population and the visiting alien delegations. Humanity is ready to take its place among the stars, she announced. We have proven ourselves capable of defending our world. And now we are prepared to explore the galaxy. The Voidclaw Empire formally requested alliance with Earth, recognizing that humans possess technology that could benefit both civilizations. Commander Zarathix submitted her recommendation that the Empire abandon any thoughts of conquest. Other species quickly followed, suit-seeking trade agreements and mutual defense pacts. The planet that had seemed primitive and defenseless was now courted as a major galactic power captain. Murphy looked out at the stars, knowing that humanity's greatest adventures were just beginning. The secret fleet was secret no longer, and Earth's children were ready to explore the infinite cosmos that awaited them. The war for Earth was over, but the age of human expansion among the stars had just begun. 3 months after the failed invasion, life on Earth had returned to an uneasy normal. The official story blamed solar flares and electromagnetic anomalies for the disappearing alien ships. Most people accepted this explanation, grateful that the threat was gone. Surface governments rebuilt their damaged infrastructure while secretly wondering what had really happened. Commander Zarathix arrived at the imperial capital world of Velkoros, her damaged ship limping into the orbital docks. The vessel showed clear signs of catastrophic damage that supported her cover story about encountering a quantum anomaly near Earth High. Admiral Krexthanen studied her report with growing concern. According to the official documents, her entire fleet had been destroyed by a naturally occurring space phenomenon. But something about the survivor's account troubled him. Commander, your description of events raises several questions, he said during her debriefing. Quantum anomalies of this magnitude are extremely rare. Why did your ship survive when all others were destroyed? Zarathix had prepared for this interrogation during her long journey home. Pure chance, High Admiral, she replied. My vessel was on the outer edge of the formation when the anomaly struck. The others were caught in the full effect. The explanation was plausible, but Krexthanen's instinct suggested there was more to the story. The loss of 53 ships was a disaster that demanded investigation. He ordered a full, scientific analysis of the supposed anomaly site. Meanwhile on Earth, Admiral Stone reviewed intelligence reports from across the galaxy. The destruction of the Voidclaw fleet had sent ripples through various alien civilizations. Several species were now reconsidering their expansion plans while others were beginning investigations. The masquerade was holding for now, but Stone knew that more contact was inevitable. Earth's display of power had been too dramatic to ignore forever. Other civilizations would come looking for answers. Captain Murphy received new orders during a classified briefing at the underwater base. Her ship and crew were being reassigned to deep space reconnaissance. Their mission was to monitor alien activity and identify potential threats before they reached Earth. The quantum stealth technology would allow them to observe alien civilizations without being detected, gathering intelligence that could prove vital for Earth's defense. The shadow government needed to know who else might be planning aggressive action. Dr. Sarah Martinez worked in the classified research facility beneath Area 51, studying alien technology recovered from the Void Claw attack. The enemy weapons and shield generators provided valuable insights into galactic military capabilities. Director, the quantum matrices in these alien systems are at least 50 years behind our current technology, she reported to her supervisor. The Void Claw Empire relies on conventional physics while we have moved far beyond such limitations. This information confirmed what Admiral Stone had suspected. The secret human fleet possessed technology that surpassed most galactic civilizations. The decades of hidden research and alien contact had given Earth a massive advantage. President Walsh met with the Shadow Council in a bunker deep beneath Washington. The elected government needed to understand the true situation, even if the public could never know. Madam President, Admiral Stone explained, "We estimate that Earth's technology is now equivalent to what galactic databases classify as Tier 2 civilization status. Most species we encounter will be significantly less advanced. But there are older civilizations out there." Walsh asked. "Civilizations that might pose a real threat?" Stone nodded. "The intelligence we have gathered suggests at least 3 species possess technology comparable to our own. The architects who disappeared millions of years ago, the void speakers who exist partially outside normal space, and the machine collective which spans multiple galaxies. These names carried weight in the classified files. Ancient civilizations that had transcended normal physical limitations. If any of them took notice of Earth, the planet would face threats beyond anything the secret fleet could handle." Captain Murphy's reconnaissance mission took her deep into unexplored space where her ship's quantum sensors detected unusual activity. A massive construction project was underway in a system 30 light-years from Earth. The builders were not immediately identifiable, but their technology showed alarming sophistication. Energy signatures suggested they were creating weapons capable of destroying star systems. The implications for Earth's security were terrifying. She transmitted her findings back to Admiral Stone using quantum communication channels that operated outside normal space-time. The information reached Earth instantaneously despite the enormous distance. Stone studied the reconnaissance data with growing alarm. The construction project showed characteristics of void speaker technology, which meant one of the ancient civilizations had become active again. High Admiral Krexthanen received his own disturbing intelligence reports from across the Empire. Scientific expeditions sent to investigate the Earth anomaly had discovered something impossible at the coordinates where the Void Claw fleet was supposedly destroyed. The quantum signature residue does not match any known natural phenomenon, his chief scientist reported. High Admiral, this appears to be artificial in nature, created by technology we do not understand. The implications were staggering. If the humans possessed weapons capable of completely erasing matter from existence, then every assumption about their civilization was wrong. The supposed primitives had technology that exceeded Imperial capabilities. Krexthanen ordered a new expedition to Earth, but this one would be different. Instead of conquest, the mission would focus on establishing diplomatic contact. The Empire could not afford to make an enemy of a species with such devastating weapons. Admiral Stone received word of the approaching Imperial diplomatic mission through her intelligence network. The Void Claw Empire was returning to Earth, but this time they were coming in peace. The Shadow government faced a critical decision. Maintaining the masquerade would be much harder if aliens were attempting formal diplomacy with surface governments. How could they explain Earth's mysterious defensive capabilities without revealing the secret fleet? President Walsh called an emergency session with her advisors. The situation had evolved beyond simple military threats. Now they faced political complications that could expose everything. We need to control the narrative, she decided. The surface world must continue believing that Earth is a primitive civilization. Any diplomatic contact must be carefully managed, Captain. Murphy returned from her deep space mission with more disturbing news. The ancient construction project was nearing completion, and preliminary analysis suggested it was some kind of weapon system designed to eliminate entire civilizations, Admiral. We may be facing something that even our quantum technology cannot stop, she reported. The energy signatures suggest reality manipulation on a scale we have never encountered. Stone felt a chill as she realized the implications. Earth's secret guardians had protected the planet from conventional threats, but the ancient civilizations possessed capabilities that defied all understanding. The approaching Voidclaw diplomatic mission suddenly seemed like the least of their problems. If the Void Speakers, or another ancient race, decided to eliminate Earth, there might be nothing the secret fleet could do to stop them. Commander Zarathix prepared for her second journey to the mysterious blue world, but this time her orders were completely different. She would approach openly, seeking peaceful contact with the humans and attempting to understand their impossible technology. The survival of the Empire might depend on forming an alliance with these deceptive primitives, who had demonstrated the power to erase entire fleets from existence. As both human and alien preparations continued, the galaxy itself seemed to be holding its breath, waiting to see what would happen when these two civilizations met again.